Hey you guys, I'm here to bring you my Vikings Season 3, Episode 7 review. And the episode was entitled Paris. So, pretty much in this video, this is going to be part 1. I'm just going to talk about specifically what happened in Wessex. So in Wessex, we open up with a little bit of a lunch between Egbert and Aethelwulf. And Aethelwulf is pretty much asked by his father, so how's your marriage going? And I'm saying to myself, damn, Egbert, you're such a dick. Such a smarmy, charismatic dick, because I'm pretty sure it's probably been only like a month, probably 2 months at best, after the whole, I'm going to cut off your ear and try to torture you because you slept with the monk, Athelstan, and made me believe that, that was my child, stuff like that. So, anywho, Aethelwulf's like, he just sort of gives him a look. And then Egbert asks him, so how is the relationship between Judith and King Aela? And I believe Aethelwulf said there's no love lost. And Egbert sort of looks up in the air just thinking, saying, I'm not surprised. And Aethelwulf's like, what does that mean? Egbert said he's planning on pretty much taking over pretty much Northumbria. And, and Aethelwulf's like pretty much like, really, father, come on. He's your friend, he's your ally, And Egbert's like, nope, I don't have any friends. It's better that way. And Aethelwulf's like, okay, so how were you preparing on going about it? He was saying, well, I had a few, things in hand to cause some chaos, probably assassination, whatever. So pretty much while they're talking about it, Judith comes in, and then Aethelwulf just loses it, calling her a harlot and all that shit. And then you have Egbert just, BAM! Slap the shit out of him. It was crazy. And then he just gave him that look like, leave. And then Aethelwulf's like a little child being sent to timeout and shit, and he just bounces whatever. And yeah, so after that you have Aethelwulf essentially just sort of punishing himself for his outbursts, whipping himself and shit, And then after that, you have this dude who is one of the Wessex nobles. He's pretty much about to die. He says it's all due to Queen Quenthrith. She's pretty much saying a message that she's not going to be Egbert's puppet, that she wants to rule alone. And before the guy leaves, Aethelwulf showing that he is a nice guy actually, that what, you can go in peace now to the kingdom. And the dude dies. And Aethelwulf is really saddened by the dude's death. So he pretty much tells his father what happened, and Egbert saw like, oh my God, ain't that so tragic how friends can betray friends? Because in a way, he's just being such a dick because it connects to what he did to his fellow noblemen in episode 5 when he betrayed, even though they weren't friends, but, in the sense of it. So, pretty much, he states that if Mercia was together and they weren't like inbreeding and fighting and all these civil wars and shit, they would have no chance of being them. But due to the fact that Quenthrith's kingdom was much weaker due to that, they should go after. It'll be much easier to go after, Mercia. Because, as we all know, like Egbert pointed out, because if we don't, other Saxon kingdoms will. More specifically, Northumbria. So, after that, he pretty much sends off Aethelwulf. And then after that, he looks at Judith like with so much lust and shit. Like pretty much the same look he gave Lagda when he first sees her, in the beginning of season 3. So, pretty much we have Aethelwulf and the fat priest. They're trying to get into Mercia. You have one of Quenthrith's men pretty much being an asshole, not letting them in. And then Aethelwulf has to remind him just who the fuck he is, and the punishments and the consequences that will happen to him if he don't let them do the goddamn thing. And the dude's like, okay, all right, I forgot my place, but I'm sorry. Lets him right in. And then we have this really interesting scene which Aethelwulf's waiting on Quenthrith, and just like really psychedelic and just like really weird. You hear monkeys, you hear fucking monkeys, you hear fucking birds, you hear Quenthrith having an orgasm. I swear she must have been doing like 20 dudes. The last time I checked in season 2, it's like I think she rolled like 40 or 50 dudes. Her sex energy is cray, dude. Like shit. Remember, Egbert had to get his soldiers, to try to satisfy her. But yeah, I digress. So after that, So pretty much when she finally comes, she's trying to seduce Aethelwulf. Aethelwulf is trying his hardest to resist. And, because it's a beautiful woman, he's having a very hard time doing so. And she's all saying, your father this, your father that, because she pretty much doesn't deny the fact that she killed the nobles, whatever. She doesn't deny it. But she's saying, you always do what your father does. Always. Do you not have a brain? Don't you have your own ambitions, whatever? And Nathan was like, listen, I do have to do for my country and for my country pretty much. And he's able to resist her, which shows a lot of his character. Because not many men can resist Quinthra, even though she's batshit crazy. She's one hot, sexy broad. So the next thing we have, Aethelwulf being pretty much waking up from bed, and him and the fat priest are pretty much about to die. And Quinthra reveals to Aethelwulf that she gave birth to Ragnar's son. And she says pretty much the name is Magnus. And then at first it was like, nah, that can't be Ragnar's son. Then he realized, wait, that's the northern name. So, and even then, he said himself, well, Canthus has a reputation for sleeping around. So he's saying, even if this poor child is Ragnar's child, Ragnar's kid, you just pretty much gave evidence that you're going to side with Ragnar whenever he decides to come back due to me telling you about the Viking settlement and your reaction to that. And I'm pretty sure my father pretty much set me here to die just for him to have a political reason to come take you and your throne and your kingdom. So go ahead, Quinthra. Do it. Kill me and lose your throne and lose everything that you care for and cling to. Or sign the damn papers and get back in line. So pretty much she has no choice at this point. And after that, you have Egbert telling Judith essentially that his son survived, that he survived it. And she's like, she's not like but she ain't like who gives a shit. She's kind of in the middle. Ain't like she hate the dude, but she don't love him like she loves Athelstan. And it seemed like Egbert is kind of surprised by this. It doesn't seem like he's disappointed. He's a little disappointed because of the whole fact with the political gain of him just going there taking shop. But it seemed like he just seemed surprised that his son was able to survive that. You know what I mean? So, besides that, you have Egbert pretty much saying, after that, listen, I'll protect my two grandsons, especially Alfred, but I need something in exchange. And pretty much, Judith's like, in exchange, my lord? And Egbert's like, of course. You gotta love this guy that plays on Linus Road. So, after that, we have this really interesting scene in closing, in which Aethelwulf is celebrating with his father and his wife. And pretty much, Aethelwulf's like, I forgive my wife, for what she did. I was wrong. And that he was able to pretty much, refuse Quinthra's advances. And you have Judith pretty much saying, listen, thank you for forgiving me, but I wouldn't hold any ill will towards you for if you cheated on me, because I did that to you, and I'd be a hypocrite if I did become mad at you. So after that, we have Aethelwulf pretty much telling his father, you know what? I have such a great dad who wouldn't, who trusts me, who loves me, who wouldn't put me in positions to die. And you could tell Egbert's like, this dude is really, like he could see through the lines, through the blurry lines. He knew what Aethelwulf was getting at. And Aethelwulf pretty much says, Father, did you try to have me killed in your pursuit of power? And it was like, and Egbert's like, no, son, no, I would never. And then Aethelwulf just gives him that look. And once again continues on about, you're such a great father, And everyone in that room could smell the bullshit. If you could see Judith's eyes literally was like when we're watching a television show and shit's about to go down. She's like, But yeah, that's all I have. That's pretty much everything that happened. Oh, one quick thing. And I believe Egbert literally says straight up that, listen, there has been no male, no king has been able to pass down to his male heir the thrones of England. Not just the throne of England, but the whole kingdom of England, to be the king of kings of all England. That's what I intend to pass down to you. So that was just a major pipe bomb, boom, CM Punk style. So yeah, that's all I have to say about this storyline, this episode in regards to Wessex. Thanks for watching my video. Like the video, subscribe to my channel, write some comments down below. I'll have the rest of my reviews for the rest of this episode in a few. Adios.